Hey everybody, it's Thursday update. I hope this is going to be quick because I have a headache. I'm exhausted. This week has been a fucker. Okay, I know you know what I mean. Let's just get straight into how I'm doing with my intentions for the week. One was a social media break and a news break. I did that until yesterday when I did have to check the news for work, and then I stayed off social media basically until last night when things were happening. There were people trying to stop the vote, trying to attack vote counters, which was not cool. There's also like stormtroopers in Portland, my city, attacking peaceful protesters, and there was definitely a very big sort of noticeable difference between who got the police violence. It was definitely the Black Lives Matter protesters, and who got allowed to act foolish as fuck and threaten vote counters with basically no pushback. And that was clearly the Trump people. So we're having a time. We're fucking contentious over here. And I made that list on Monday of things that are going to be true no matter who wins the election. It's still fucking true. I am an activist. I'm going to continue to vote and work and fight and donate and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera for the things I care about, which is workers' rights, anti-racism, trans and queer rights. I'm going to center Black and Indigenous and trans people in my work and in my life, and I'm going to continue to work against the internalized sexism and racism and white supremacy that I was taught, even though I am not white, I am not cis, I'm not straight, etc. That's my fucking job, and it's a full-time job. It's a large commitment. So I'm going to be doing that. I don't think I even got to my second intention. Second intention was be kind to myself so I can be kind to others. I realized that I was letting my priorities slip. When I started this business, I had myself and my physical and emotional well-being as number one priority. My friends and family and chosen family as number two priority. And then my house, my actual physical house and the property that I own and the things that I surround myself with, that is number three priority. And then the business itself was number four priority. That was how this was laid out. That was how I have achieved the success I'm currently celebrating, is not putting the business in front of my life. I work here so that I can live a life I love. Part of the life I love is doing this work. It's true, I really love my work. And also putting all of my considerable focus on my job is not healthy for me. So that's what I realized while I was trying to be kind myself so that I could be kind to others. I've let those priorities slip. As I've gotten more and more successful, I've felt more and more obligated to put the business above those other priorities, which is backfiring on me because when I put the business first, I'm not well taken care of enough to be there for the business in the way that I need to. I do all those other things before I get to work so that when I get to work, I work well, I work quickly, and I see what's going on, and I can pick up threads, and I can do the good, smart, strategy, informed, educated work that I know I'm good at. If I don't take care of myself before that, I don't have that product. And my product is what's paying all my bills right now. I need that. So going back to really putting myself first, remembering that I am the thing that makes this place special. I'm the boss here. I'm the only full-time employee. I have to take care of me in order for this to work. So reminding myself of that. And then, I already talked about it. Whether the president is Biden or Trump, we're still undecided here in America. We still don't know all the whole answer, although it looks like it's probably going to be Biden. That actually has very little bearing on my day-to-day life. Who the president is doesn't change what my values are. It doesn't change what I care about. It doesn't change the people I love. That is an important part of our country, who the president is, as we can see by the fucking mass destruction that's been wrought by Donald Trump, the over 250,000 people who've died of COVID because he refused to address that situation. All of the other people who've died in detention camps because he's so anti-immigrant. All of the people who've died because of a lack of healthcare, because he's interfering with people's ability to get healthcare. All of that is 100% real, and it's very important that we not forget that. Also, I need to keep myself regulated. I need to live my values. I need to focus on my issues. Having Biden as a president doesn't change the fact that it's very important for me that we get immigrants out of detention centers and stop putting children in cages. Having Biden as president doesn't change the fact that I care very much about workers' rights and a living wage and access to health care and access to education and access to housing. All of these things that we're still going to have to fight for no matter who the president is. It's just a little bit less hard when Biden is the president versus Trump. But I have more in common with a poor Republican than a wealthy Democrat any day. However, I will also say that if you are a Republican and you voted for Donald Trump, you voted for a white supremacist. That means that you are a white supremacist. And if you voted for a white supremacist and you are an unrepentant white supremacist, I'm probably not the person you should be listening to right now. I'm probably not the person that's going to help you out in any way, because what I am going to do is teach you through example, through my own action, how to confront your own white supremacy. We were all born into this culture that is extremely white supremacist, extremely racist, extremely sexist, extremely cruel to the people who have the least in our culture. It's extremely anti-worker too. It's anti-immigrant. All of this stuff, even though my grandparents, my grandfather on one side and my great-grandparents on the other side were immigrants themselves. Even though I am a transgender person, even though I am a Latino, I'm not a white person, even though I identify as non-binary but have been assigned female at birth, and even though I'm not straight or any of these things, I'm not wealthy, whatever, all the things I'm not. Even though I identify with all those things, that doesn't mean that I wasn't taught to love whiteness and put it above myself, to love men, straight men, and put them above myself, and put all of these other things that aren't in my best interest above me. My business even, above me, my life. That's bananas. So I'm learning how to undo all that stuff. I've been working on it for a long time. I'm continuing to work on it. So if you voted for Donald Trump, if you are an unrepentant white supremacist, if you don't believe in non-binary genders, if you don't think that Latino people deserve to be able to immigrate here to this country and contribute to America, you're going to have a hard time watching me. It's not going to be fun. But if you're ready to change that shit, come on in. Come on in. Let's talk about it. Let's change this. But when you vote for a white supremacist, when you vote for a man who admittedly hates other cultures, who has been open about his hatred of women and his mistreatment of women, we're going to have a problem because we do not agree on how to behave in a moral way. And if we can't see eye to eye on our values, we're not going to see eye to eye. I say all this because somebody commented, a Republican commented on my video on Monday and said that she wished all liberals and all Biden voters felt the same way as I do. And I also wish that all liberals and all Biden voters felt the same way as I do, of course, because I feel like the world would be a better place. But I don't think that she knew what I was really saying when I said that no matter who the president is, things about me don't change. No matter who the president is, things about me don't change, which is that I recognize that this is a colonizer country. We're sitting on stolen land. We are white supremacists. We are anti-woman. We have a rape culture going on. We're exploiting our workers, disrespecting our diversity, all this stuff. That's not going to change. If Biden takes the office in January, that's not going to change. We're still going to have a lot of work to do about that. And I know from experience that some people get sad when I say that because they've been taught to ignore the reality of this country, of America, for a long time. And I don't get sad. I get happy and I get ready, because once we talk about what's wrong, then we can talk about what we need to do about it. We can fix it. If we don't acknowledge that this motherfucker is broken, we're never going to do anything to change that. And that is, for me, that's why I like talking about what is going wrong here, what is going on here, because then we can get into the solution and stop fucking it up. So that's a very impassioned speech for a person so tired. How did you do on your intentions? Put them down below. See you on Monday.